welcome back to my channel. We've got a little box here. I say little box. It's a small box with lots of goodies in, all from W7, and I have been wanting to get this stuff on my face for a very, very long time, and today is the day. So this is a sponsored collab by W7. I've done a few with them in the past, and as you know, I am a very, very keen fan of W7. It is so underrated. I think it's just underbelieved generally, but I can tell you, hand on heart, some of the best products I've ever tried, I was gonna say tasted then, tried have been from W7, and I'm hoping there's gonna be some absolute goodies in here as well. So as usual, I will strip off my face. We'll go from 0 to hero, hopefully, and I will list all of the products that I use in this review down below for you. If you use those links, that would be amazing. And as a thank you, there is a code which will get you 10% off. So it's all the ladies 10, and make sure you pop that in at checkout. You will get that 10% off. Hooray, we like a little discount code. So that's this week. If you haven't seen, well, actually I said last week, I've actually put out another video this week on Wednesday. So if you weren't notified of that and you are interested in watching my microblading journey, eyebrows, and the follow-up on my lip blushing, then absolutely wait until the end. You'll see it pop up and then you can click on it and watch that after this. It's been quite a good week actually. I've had lots of stuff going on and I love being busy. You know, I just love being busy, so that's good for me. Right, let's get this makeup on our face. I'm not going to chat too much. I'm going to go and get my makeup off now, and I will see you in a moment. Right, so we are going to start with a primer, which is quite surprising because I'm not a primer girl, as you know, but this has been raved about quite a lot. Now, I'm not going to say it's been raved positively 100%. It's had such mixed reviews, so I'm absolutely going to give this a go. It's in a pump, which is great. It almost looks like it shouldn't go on the face. It looks like something you'd buy in B&Q. Anyway, we'll give it a go. I'm just going to use a minimal amount. It's sticky. Yeah, it's got a real tackiness to it, which I don't mind if it dries down. Oh, it's really smooth actually. I think I might go in with a bit more. So there we go. That's tacky. It is tacky, so I can understand that as a primer it's going to adhere whatever base I use to it. I'm just going to leave it a couple of minutes just to see if it dries down. So today, ladies, obviously it's all W7. There is a few items that I didn't get in this haul because I've already got them, so I am going to show you my faves from W7 because why would I miss them out in a W7 review? That would be silly. Right, let's go straight in with the Lumina. Now this, I'm not going to beat around the bush. This is supposed to be absolutely incredible. I think it comes in like 5 shades, 4 or 5 shades, which I'll pop on the split screen now. Now it's very difficult always to choose a shade online, and I couldn't find a shop that sold Lumina, which is such a shame. So anyway, I've gone for Diffused. I'm hoping it's not too dark for me. I think maybe I could have got the lighter one as well. I didn't. So what we'll do is we'll give this a go. If it's a little bit too dark, then I can always go in with my favorite W7 concealer just to cool it down a little bit. But anyway, here we go. So this is, yes, a skin tint, but it also does have coverage and glow. There are lots of these types of products on the market. This one is affordable. This one has 5-star reviews, and this one is being talked about a lot. On the back it says it is a glow filter, so you will get a coverage. It'll be a minimal to low medium coverage, but as the word says, filter, is going to just even out the skin a little bit. So we'll see. I don't know how much a little bit is, but we will give it a go. Right, so, oh, it's got a big, I think they call these doe foots. That is a nice big doe foot or spoolie. I don't know whether just to stick it on my face and crack on with it. Should we do it? Let's do it. Right, so let's just start with that for now. I'm not going to go too overboard. It's cooling. I can feel a cooling. Oh, it's not too dark. Oh, I'm happy. Ladies, what do we think to this? I'm going to pull this down a little bit, ladies, onto the décollage. Why the hell not? It's a little bit on the shoulder as well. This is Do you know what? This is something that you just shouldn't be scared of. You're probably thinking, what is she sticking it all over her body for? It's not a foundation. It is what it says, which is very much a glow filter. It's giving you a bit of a tan as well. And it's kind of evening out because I was quite red and blotchy on my chest. Right, going back onto the face, it just looks like skin. It looks like really, really glowy skin. I'm going to do another little layer because I'm not too sure whether you can layer this up or whether this is the kind of coverage that you're going to get. But yeah, let's go in again. Tell you what, ladies, this is coming on holiday with me. I love this. It sounds really cheesy, but it's like my skin, but better. Amazeballs. I am over the moon with that. It does what it says on the bottle. It isn't a foundation, but it gives you a little bit of coverage. It blends everything in that's on your face. It evens your skin tone out, and it gives you a tan. So it's actually a bit of a win-win situation. My upper body is quite red at the moment. I do appreciate that. I'm having actually quite a lot of hot flushes recently, so let's not talk about that. Right. Highly recommend that. I'm very, very impressed with that. It does come in 5 different shades, and it is definitely for a more subtle coverage, but giving you that summer glow. So that is an absolute winner for me. Right, I am going to go in with a little bit of concealer just to highlight certain areas that I would normally do anyway. I didn't get this in this haul because I didn't need one. So this is W7's Nice Touch concealer, and this is in the shade Sand, and literally as I normally do, no fuss, in the corner, down there, in the corner and down there. That is where my eye sockets finish. Sometimes I put a little bit on the chin and a little bit just here, and maybe a little bit around here, and that is all I do. There you go. What a difference. Just a little bit of concealer around there. I'm not touching around here at all, or around here, so you've still got the Lumina on the rest of the face. So actually works quite nicely with this concealer. Dab, dab, dab until your heart's content. It makes sense, and if you haven't watched any of my other makeup videos before, if you're placing product where you want it, why are you then going to wipe it? So dab it where you've put it, and then if you want to bring a little bit, just dab it to the edge, but you're concentrating on the areas you've put the concealer. It's glowy, it's very, very natural, and I'm really, really pleased. So there we go. By the way, all the products that I use I will link down below, but this is my favourite concealer, Nice Touch. It sounds like a jungle here in my house, but it's just because I've opened the window because I was having a hot flush. Right, let's move on to brows actually, because I do have one product. This is their Lift and Tint. I did try their last product from W7 and I really didn't like it. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be an improvement. So this is a thickening brow mascara. That's a really, really nice little bottle. So I'm assuming it's going to have a tiny little mascara wand on it. So Lift and Tint, I got this in brunette, even though I'm not a brunette, I do like darker brows. Yeah, so there we go. So it's a little mascara wand like that. I'm just going to go straight in because, as you know, my brows are fresh from microblading, so I'm not going to fuss over them too much, but I'm definitely going to give this a go. Do you see how very subtle that is? And that's all it needs, all my brows need really at the moment. A very subtle difference there. That went on really, really nicely. It's a really lovely applicator. That's definitely a difference, hey? More defined, darker, and they actually do feel like they're going to stay in place as well. It's amazing what little I have to do now that I've had the microbladed. Best decision ever, I've got to say, ladies. If you haven't seen my video from this week, I posted it on Wednesday, so you may have missed it, but it's all about my microblading journey and my lip blushing top up. So if you're interested in that, then definitely watch that after this. But this product so far is looking really promising. And like I always say, your brows are not twins, they're sisters. So don't fuss over them too much being absolutely identical, because they're not identical. Right, so far so good. That's a good product. Of course, if they went totally crispy, I would have mentioned it on the screen already. So there we go, nice one. I don't think I've ever spent that little time on my brows before. Right, let's add a little bit of life to this face. This is where we introduce the cheeky dip. Now, here they are. I actually went for 2 blushes and 1 bronzer. So I'm really hoping that I've picked the right or the nicest colours here. So let's start with bronzer, because I always do bronze and then put the blush more on the apples of the cheeks. This, ladies, again, there's a lot of these products out there at the moment. So this is very much a liquid bronzer. Looks very much Kim Kardashian to me. How gorgeous is that packaging, ladies? That is really, really nice. So I got this bronzer in the shade Fierce. So you just twist it off and it should have like almost like a stamp on the bottom. Oh, that spun. It actually spins. I'm just going to go in. I've never applied bronzer with such a little object as this. So I'm going to go in and then blend with my normal bronzer brush. Let's give it a go. Basically where the sun would hit and around the face. And that is all I'm doing. Less is more, less is more, less is more. Right, here we go. I'm using a very soft brush, and even so, that's blended absolutely beautifully. Right, I'm going to work my way around the head. If you're unsure of what this process does, it brings the face forward and slims it. The slimming part of it I don't really need, but I do quite like a little bit of depth in it to be a bit dark around the hairline. Have I just been converted to a liquid bronzer? Hail Mary, mother of bronzers. That is game changing. That is in Fierce. I think, if I'm right, this comes in 4 other different shades. So there we go. That's the Cheeky Dip bronzer. Let's try the Cheeky Dip blusher. Now I'm excited. So, ladies, the colours that I got, Thrill Seeker and Skinny Dip. I'll pop a picture either side of me. If I centralise myself, I won't have to edit too much. So this one is Thrill Seeker. It's pinker, it's rosier, and I think it's probably going to be brighter. Skinny Dip looks more of a natural blush, and maybe for a slightly paler complexion. I may as well even show you. Skinny Dip on this side and Thrill Seeker on this side. What pretty packaging. Okay, so very similar to the bronzer, but in a pale pink. Right, let's go deep. First impressions, I think this is too pale, but listen, I'm absolutely not going to judge too quickly. Cleaning my blusher brush, there we go, just so you know there's nothing on my blusher brush. Oh, do you know what? It does pack a punch. It's subtle. It's actually very, very pretty. So first things first, it looks so flipping natural on the skin, and I'll tell you why. Because of the Lumina. That Lumina is so dewy and such a light kind of coverage that when you put something like this over the top, it just blends into it. It just looks like skin. So yes, I'm loving that, and that is not too pale, and I would definitely say this is for the lighter complexion, but saying that, it's showing up fairly nicely on me. So that was Skinny Dip. Let's open Thrill Seeker. This one I know packs a bit more of a punch, and there we go. So that's Thrill Seeker and that's Skinny Dip, so you can see the difference. Right, Thrill Seeker looks very bright, so I'm going to go very minimal on this because I think once it's on, it's staying on. I think if I had just picked up the Skinny Dip, I would be really happy with that on both sides, but I want to show you this one too. That is powerful. So for the darker complexion, wow, this would look absolutely beautiful. I am not going to go too heavy on this. Literally, I've applied a tiny bit to the apple of my cheek. We'll see what happens. Again, blends out really beautifully. It's just subtle, isn't it? I've got to say, can you see much of a difference there between the two? I mean, I know I've used less of the Thrill Seeker. I think they're much of a muchness. I've got to be honest with you. Look, there isn't a huge difference there. So anyway, I'm not going to bother evening that out. I mean, I'm hoping you're seeing it's pretty much the same. I always stick a little bit on my nose as well because it looks a bit more natural. But yeah, I am super chuffed with that. That is very natural and really, really glowy. Really love those. I don't see a huge difference between those two colours. So those are the Cheeky Dips. I'm impressed, what can I say? Obviously, in true Emily style, we didn't just have one option of bronzer. I love a bronzer, so if you are new here, I do love my bronzers. Now, these are from my collection, my personal collection, you know. The first bronzer I ever bought was this one, and this is Honolulu, the original bronzer, okay? Of course, it's supposed to be like the dupe for Benefit. Then, ladies, which one did I get next? I got this one, and it actually turned out to be too pale. I mean, that's so pale, I could probably use it as a pressed powder when I've got a tan, but that is in sunlight, so if you do have a fairer complexion than me, wow, what an undertone. It is beautiful, really, really beautiful. That, anyway, I don't use that, so that kind of goes into my I don't use pile, I guess. And then this, lady, so this is the pièce de résistance when it comes to bronzers. Eventually I managed to figure out that this is the one that is perfect for me. This is in Sunkissed. You can see why it is, because it's a very orangey yellow undertone and it works perfectly for me, so I use that on a daily basis. That is my daily bronzer. And then I don't know really why I needed this, but when I was in B&M, or was it the Range, a few weeks ago, I picked this up. This is the Honolulu Silhouette. Actually, it came as a set, and it came with a lipstick and an eyeliner, if I remember rightly, for something like £6. So this, ladies, has two of the bronzers in it. Then you've got a contour powder and a pressed powder. I will use all of that in some capacity, but because it came as part of this little set, I thought I've got to do it. £6 and you get 3 products, so that was a bit of a no-brainer. This next product, ladies, that I'm going to show you is a bronzer palette. It is also an eyeshadow palette. It is the Jewel Explosion. Now this, I think, ladies, is like £9, £10. It is a heavy piece. It's fairly thick as well, and as you can see, it opens up both sides. Now I didn't realise this when I saw this about a month ago in B&M, so I opened up the eyeshadow side initially. Didn't pick it up at the time. When I was placing the order, I realised that on the other side is a bronzer and blusher palette. Let's just take that off so you can't see the reflection. So it's a mixture of matte and sheeny eyeshadows. Looks beautiful, really, really natural palette. And on the other side, these are your highlighters. I wouldn't say they were highlighters per se. They're probably highlighted bronzers, and this one is a deep blusher. I'm going to give these a go, ladies, because that's what I'm here to do. Do not judge the final look. I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques. Let's just give this darker one a little go. And there we go. That's quite subtle. It does have a sheen. You can see it does have a sheen. Darker one, that's the middle one, and then let's have a look at this. This is more of a blusher. This is pretty. Looks scary in the pot, but that is very pretty. And look at that highlight. I almost feel like I should go in with my finger. Look at that. You can see how beautifully baked and shiny they are now. Oh, okay. I can see that. Can you see that sheen on the cheeky? So there we go. It's just added a little bit more sheen, a little bit more depth around there, and some colour on the cheeks. So that, ladies, is £9.95. So you're getting all 3 of those insane baked highlighters, plus this side is the eyeshadows, and what a beautiful natural palette that is. £9.95 for those. I'm not going to use the eyeshadows in this one because I have actually picked up 2 palettes, and I've still got to decide which one I'm going to use today. I think these are fairly new in, ladies. I didn't realise this, but I'm Toasted apparently smells like cinnamon toast. I love cinnamon. Does anyone else love cinnamon? I like any of the odd flavours, to be honest with you. And this one smells like tequila sunrise. So I didn't know that it had that kind of gimmick to it as well. And I also didn't realise how tiny they were. So when I ordered them, I thought they were going to be more of this kind of size palette, like the other W7 palettes that I've got, but actually they're in these gorgeous tins and absolutely perfect to take on holiday with you. I mean, a really good travel size. Supposed to smell like tequila sunrise. Oh, cute. That is very, very smart. Wow, that is, I mean, I don't know if it's tequila sunrise that I'm smelling, but it's certainly a tropical smell. That is really smart little palette, that. How much were you? £6.95. So that's not a bad bad price at all. But I'm not joking, that actually does smell of a holiday. So that was the first one that I picked up, £6.95, Tropic Like It's Hot, Tropic Like It's Hot. And then this one is called I'm Toasted, and it smells like cinnamon toast. This intrigues me. Right, I'm going to smell it first because then I can get the intensity of the smell. Ooh, that is insane. Right, ladies, are you ready for this? This is such a beautiful palette. Do not be scared by that yellow, okay? Yellow can be blended with the brown. It can also be underneath the gold. So don't think that it's a standalone colour. You can do things with that. So ladies, that does smell like cinnamon toast. That is absolutely incredible. And again, £6.95. So ladies, what are we doing today? Shall we go in with the cinnamon toast or should we go in with the Tropic Like It's Hot? Tropic Like It's Hot. Let's go for this one because quite frankly, I think that these colours should be in this pot. And also I get to smell cinnamon for the next half an hour, which is very exciting. Before we put these beautiful colours on, I picked up, and again, I'm being very primary at the moment. I'm not a primer girl. However, I'm going to try this out. So it does come in quite a big tube. Eyeshadow primer, they will always be very pale so that you can build colour on it. There it is there. So this is basically what it's going to do to my eyelids. Very pale. Ooh, that's actually quite a nice colour, isn't it? I'm going to apply it with my finger initially and then I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques. What is this brush? It's called the Soft Accent Real Techniques brush, number 421. It is the best little brush ever. I use it for everything. Okay, yeah, okay, I can work with this. That's given me a really nice pale base to get adventurous with some of these colours in this palette. This lady is £4.95 and I got it in number 2, so I'm assuming they do 1, 2 and 3, probably light, medium and dark, so that's the medium. Gosh, if that's the medium, I don't know what the light would be like. I feel like my posture's bad today. Keep those bubble wubbers in. Right, I'm just cleaning my eyeshadow brush just so it doesn't have any other colours left on it. It's fab as well. It has a mirror. So I'm just going to use the mirror in the palette, which is very exciting. Right, I'm going in with the favourite colour first. I'm going to see what it's got. So I've gone in with the slightly darker one, which is your right, and I'm just blending. And you know what, ladies? It is all about the blend and the brush. The colour helps, of course, but yeah, get that colour on, and I promise you, after you've blended, the colour does, and it will naturally become more of a subtle shade. All about the blending and the brush, obviously. This is a fab brush because it's small, it's soft, but it is still fairly dense, so I can still pack a punch. A really good tip is when you are doing your eyeshadow is to just keep closing your eyes, tip your head back and look, and you can see I'm slightly darker here. I need to add more dark to that side. As you can see, I'm leaving the lid. The lid has still got the primer on it, so it's still very, very light. Are we going to go in there with a little bit of yellow, do you think, ladies? Are we going to do it? I don't want to ruin the look, but let's give it a go. Where's all my decent brushes gone? I'm going to go in with a foundation brush because it's probably about the shape of... Oh, this is going to be bright, ladies. Do I want to do it? Sod it, let's do it. Ooh, it's not wow, but it's quite a nice little combo, that. I'll go in again. Oh, I can smell that tequila sunrise. I'm patting it in, dabbing it in, because the last thing I want is droppage of a yellow powder on the top of my eyes. But as you can see, it's adhered really nicely to that eye primer. Right, I'm going to leave that as it is for now. I'm going to bring a darker colour underneath the eye. I'm going to bring it all in, and you watch. This will transform. I'm going in with the reddy brown because this is beautiful, and I'm going to bring it underneath the eye. And then I just dab it round until I get to about there, not all the way round. And then I get a little blending brush. So there we go, it's just subtle, it's blended it out, it's bringing the colour from up there under the eye, and I'll go and do the other side. Right, for a bit of added va-va-voom, I'm going to open up the Tropic Like It's Hot, Tropic Like It's Hot, and I'm going to go into the black. I want to try this, and I think every palette should have a black in it, or at least a very, very, very dark brown. But I think a little bit more definition right in the corners will help to bring in the liner, which I'm about to do. So just tap it in. You want to shake that excess off, I can assure you. Only subtle, and it's just on the edge. Okay, that makes just that little bit of a big difference, if you know what I mean. And then I'll go in and just blend. And that's all you need to do. It just gives that little bit more definition, a bit more catty. Right, there we go, ladies. It's all coming together. It's very much a process, eyes. So that's what we've got so far. We are going to move on to liquid liner before we add mascara and lashes. And then if I want to add any of the sparkle that's in any of these palettes, I absolutely will do. Right, ladies, we're going to do eyeliner. I didn't get any eyeliner in this haul because I didn't need to. This is my favourite Oh So Sensitive from W7, obviously. It's the Sensitive Hypoallergenic Eyeliner. It's the one, I'm not hypoallergenic or allergenic, but I tried it for a previous review and I love it and I've used it ever since. I also do use the Eye Captive, but I couldn't find it. So here we go. It's a liquid eyeliner. If you don't normally use, I'm just going to turn up the light a bit. That's better. If you don't normally use a liquid eyeliner, these can be very, very scary. I totally understand. But I've come a bit of a dab hand at it now. And I do have a certain way of applying it, which I do think is the easiest and best way of applying liquid liner. And that is to dab. It actually is. I don't pull it across the eye, I almost print it on. So anyway, you will see now. Now, ladies, I'm going to apply this mascara. This is their new Tube It mascara. I think I might be quite late to the bandwagon with regards to this. This is like a new type of mascara, but it's called tubing. So it's supposed to wrap your own natural hair in a very different way to what a normal mascara would do. So I don't know what to expect here. Oh, that's interesting. See if I come in, you can see that. Look at that. As I turn it, it twists down. It's a bit like a screw. Is it not? So I'm assuming because it curls as I turn it, it's going to wrap the hairs better and tube the hairs. And I think the other thing as well is, this is what I've heard, is that when you actually take the mascara off with your micellar water or your cleanser, it actually comes off in like little tubes. Anyway, very, very excited. It goes on really smoothly. It feels like it's going through the hairs. Oh, I've got to say, ladies, hands down, W7 do the best mascaras. My God, for years I used one that was £2.99, the yellow tube. So if you know that one, that's the one I used to wear all the time. Because it came with a microfiber brush. I love microfiber brushes. This is actually a microfiber brush. I don't really like the natural bristles. And it was like an intense black. So that's why I loved it. And it just stayed all day. This is just as good, ladies. This is very black. It's coating all of the lashes. Yeah, for somebody who doesn't have a lot of lashes, that's done a pretty good job. Right, first impressions, I bloody love it. A little bit of a game changer, this. It feels smooth to go on, it's intensely black, it's coated all of my lashes and some. I know it's called Tube It, because that's obviously what it's doing, it's tubing each individual lash, but actually the main effect is how thick each lash looks. I'm gonna go again, because some mascaras dry so easily, this hasn't at all, and it's just building. It does build, which is great. Right, ladies, we've done eyes, so I think really we've got to get some lashes on these bad boys. Do we do it now or should we do lips first? Let's do lashes now. So these ladies are the wispy lashes, lightweight and layered wispy lashes. They're supposed to be very natural. They're the most natural that I could see on the website. £4.95 for those, and they come with the glue as well. Now, I have very, very narrow eyes, just to add to the list, so I always need to cut the lashes somewhat. I mean, I don't know, does any anyone ever not have to cut these? Because I just can't believe that somebody has that bigger eye. But if you do, fair play to you. As you know, I will have to trim these lashes. Oh, I don't think I've seen any like this before. Right, if I come up a little bit closer, can you see they're on like a clear tracking? Can you see that? So you can't actually see the tracking at all, and it just looks like they are individual cluster lashes. Actually, it makes it much easier as well to cut how much I want off. I'll start off with one cluster first. I need to take off more, so I'm going to take off another little cluster. That's how little my lashes are. Right, glue is included, but I'm not going to use that glue because I'm going to use my Forever Faithful Duo Lash, which is this. Excuse how disgusting the tube is, but this is great. I get this on Amazon, so I literally just paint on the glue with the little brush. Get the warm breath from inside the lungs. There you go. That will be slightly tacky now, and then you can either apply them with your fingers or you can pop them on with one of these snazzy pieces of equipment. I'm going to use this. But that, ladies, went on really nicely. So that's one. Let's get the other one on. There you go. So lashes are on. Doesn't that make a big difference? Right, ladies, we are moving on to lips, which actually excites me because whenever I do these makeup reviews, when I'm editing, I always think, why didn't I just do the lips earlier? Because I look like a little, hello, I've got no lips person. Right, we've got a few products here. Very, very exciting. Firstly, we've got their lip liners. Now, I'm pretty sure I've doubled up here. I've already got this one, so we won't use this one today, but I picked up this one, which is in the shade Stylish. This is probably, if I compare the two, this one being in Stylish is so much more my colour. This not so, but when I do wear more of a pinky colour, then that will absolutely come in handy. These lip liners, by the way, are big, they are cheap, and they come off, as in they come off the pencil onto your lips and they stay. It's not often that you get that, I can assure you. So these, I think, what were they? £3? £3.95. £3.95 for a lip liner. I mean, come on. I was with a friend the other day. I think she spent like £27 on a lip liner, or was it an eye pencil? Anyway, not for me. I literally cannot get into this. Oh my, I cannot open this. Please, Louise, that took about half an hour to get into that. Right, there we go, ladies. Ooh, this is a nice colour. And that is in the shade Stylish. That is a beautiful colour. Right, let's just go straight in with this because I've got a lipstick that I want to show you as well from their new lipstick range. Oh, beautiful. Right, that is good. That's a really good colour and I'm really chuffed with that. So that is in the shade Stylish. They all come in at £3.95. All of their lip liners come in at £3.95. Now, let's talk lipsticks. They've got a new range of lipsticks. Let me find it on the web. These are new in and they're called PLAYFUL POUT lipsticks. There are 4 shades. Not a lot of shades, but 4 absolute staple shades, basically. And they all come in different packaging. Look how gorgeous this one is. So this, ladies, is in the shade Stay Golden. Let's have a little look at that. That is beautiful. Maybe it's just the lighting, but that doesn't look that golden. But anyway, let's see what this looks like. Very, very soft on the lips. It glides on beautifully. It's really creamy, but it still feels like it's going to stay. But I wouldn't say that that was a golden tone, just being honest. So the other shades that you can get, Soft Core, come on W7. Stay Golden, which is this one. Wait for it. Oh, and that packaging is amazing. I did think, wouldn't it be great if you could choose your shade and then choose your packaging, and then it's like a refillable lipstick. That would be nice, because I'd definitely go for Wait for it. And then the darker one is I'm Extra. Again, that's really nice packaging as well. It's quite Ted Baker, that. So £4.95 for those. This is probably the closest shade to what I normally wear. I would have loved it to have been a little bit more golden. But actually, I do have another product here which may help with that. This is their Thick Drip. These are, oh my gosh, supposed to be absolutely incredible lip glosses. Again, in this very diddy little packaging. So let me just compare it to the Cheeky Dip. So very similar, very travel size products, but it's actually quite a wide tube. So I reckon this probably is a standard size, 16 fluid ounces, so yes. Anyway, this I picked up in Spotlight, and this does have a golden undertone. So let's pop a little bit of this on. That is a really big, fat applicator. What I will say about these is that they contain vitamin E, helianthus anus seed oil. Whatever works, whatever works. That's actually supposed to replenish, strengthen and soothe. Gotta say, it does have quite a cooling feel. It smells unbelievable. It reminds me of something. And it's got jojoba oil in it. Maybe it's the jojoba oil, I'm not sure, which obviously helps to condition the skin. It's very moisturizing. So there we go. That is one of 5 shades. So you've got it in Foolish, Too Close, in the clear, obviously that's the clear one, a red one, ooh, Rocket, and the last colour is the Spotlight, which is the colour I'm wearing. So bear in mind that that is over Stay Golden in the new Pout lipsticks. So there we go. I'm actually quite liking that combination. That's really natural. Right, I do have another product to try, which is the Lip Matter. I like what they've done there. What another fab little product. Again, this is super new in. Comes in at $4.95 and it comes in 5 shades again. Did I get this in Hot Talent? Oh good. I just looked at the colour shades. I was like, oh, that one's lovely. It's the one I've picked up. So I went for the slightly orangey undertone because that is what I like. Obviously everybody's different. So you've got All Talk, Fully Charged. That's also very pale. You've got Hot Talent, Lost Soul. Ooh, Lost Soul does look nice. And Blunt Force. Horrible name for a lipstick, which is kind of like a darker pink. So let's get this on. I'm going to take this off first, obviously. Oh, ooh, I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. I thought, actually, I don't know, what was I expecting? I thought it was going to be a liquid. I'm going mad at the moment. I think it's my hormones. I do think it's my hormones. I'm getting hot flushes. I've been forgetting things. I've been having some weird moments. So, oh God, am I on that path? Who knows? So it actually comes like a little lipstick. That colour's amazing. Let's get that on my lips ASAP. Shut the front door. Okay, this is coming on holiday with me. Oh, ladies, I love it. That is absolutely stunning. I'm not being funny, but you could also, and I'm so tempted, I think I will. I'm just going to do it because this is what they used to do back in the day. You can bring the colour of your lips or your cheeks into each other. And why the hell not? Because it'll just bring the look all together really nicely. There we go. I said I wanted a bit more blusher, and that works. Really, really beautiful colour, that. I am going to put a little bit of this thick drip on it because I just want to see what it looks like. Yep. There we go. I think that's everything. Oh no, got one more thing, which is the golden drops. Let's get some of this on the décollage with this body brush. Oh, this is too cute. Look at that. Oh my gosh. But it's incredible how they can make such realistic hairs these days. Let's just go for it, shall we? It's lovely up the neck as well. Honestly, if the neighbours could see me now. Ooh, that goes on really beautifully. Well, especially with this brush. There you go, look, gives a right little shimmer. I'm just going to try it down the arms. This blends in beautifully. Oh, yes, I would recommend this. And I'd definitely recommend the brush as well. Oh, do you know what? It's got real, it feels cold. This brush is beautiful as well. I just love it all. Obviously, I haven't done it amazingly, but you can see that that absolutely works. It's given me a little bit of a golden glow because you can see it's shimmery, especially on the top here. I like those a lot, and they again are coming on holiday with me. So that little set, that little combo for the tanning drops and the brush, £9.50. That is a nice little combo, that. Ladies, are we done? Do I need to top up, or have you seen enough? Now, I was going to say I wouldn't mind just touching these brows and seeing if they've gone crispy. They have not. They are very soft. There's no crispiness to it. I think it would have got crispy by now. In that case, if it's buildable, I'm going to go in again. I do like a darker brown. Oh, I like this, ladies. Yep, it's going back through the brows. Just adding another cheeky little layer there. Lovely. Okay, I'm done. I'm happy. I'm not going to take my hairband out because my hair is not looking the best at the moment until I've been to the hairdressers. But there we go. I will link all of the products down below for you, as I always do. If you are going out to buy W7, the best places to pick it up are the Range and B&M. If anyone else finds W7 in any other store, can you please let me know? Because as far as I'm aware, it's only those 2 stores. If you haven't seen last week's video on my microblading and my lip blushing and you are interested, then definitely whiz over after this. In fact, it will probably pop up any moment now. And ladies, next week I am on holiday, so I won't be popping a video out. But if you are following me on Instagram, I post daily on Instagram. If you're not following me over there, it's hashtag all the ladies YouTube. If you haven't yet subscribed, press that little button and press the bell, and that will alert you as and when I post. Until the Friday after next, take care of yourselves, have a lovely bank holiday weekend, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye!